The weather's really nice today, but today we're not going to be talking about the weather. We're going to be talking about money. Being rich, it can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing for several reasons. And you could think of anything in the universe, there would be advantages and disadvantages to him, whatever it is. But if you are the one who had been brought up with wealth all around you and everything gifted to you on a plate whenever you wanted it or whenever you needed it, then the chances are that you would not be working or have worked as hard as you would have to get to your current position, or perhaps even more successful and wealthier if you had started off with nothing. And starting off with nothing is the most important thing, because it's your journey which matters the most. And to appreciate what you want, you must understand exactly what it's like without it. And I'd rather be born with nothing, rock bottom, and build every single penny myself, rather than me having all the resources and help and money and everything just left, right and centre whenever I need or want it. But that's also just a really important thing, because in your journey, when you're starting it off to the time where you have achieved somewhat of your goal, whatever that means, the three basic things which everybody should know is that, one, you would of course suffer. There's a lot of trial and error, and it's easy to give up. You just need to have a good mindset. Two, it can build your character massively. And three, you'll never stop gaining knowledge. You're just going to keep learning and learning and learning and learning. Those are the three main important things which would happen, or you'd expect to happen, whilst you're in your journey. But if you are brought up with money all around you, and you may lack those three things which are crucial, and you may also be spoiled, it really does devalue the rewards which you could have had from working for it through hard work. But it would be devalued if you have the accessibility to have it whenever you want without ever working for it through other people. And old money is of course generational wealth, but new money is the start of generational wealth. But both of them could be considered long-term money. If it's fast money you're making and dirty money, you'd probably regret it. For example, if that's from selling drugs or something, because real money takes time. And the advantages and disadvantages of having money could be that you could have the best education for your children or for others or for yourself. Second thing is, you could have the best doctors, lawyers. You're financially free. You can buy cars, houses, whatever, depending on how much money you have, millionaire, billionaire, whatever you are. And three negatives is that if you do not know how to deal with money, you will 100% make poor financial decisions, potentially gambling and doing any drug-related things, and maybe wanting to enhance your body features as fast as possible through surgery or something, which everybody, which most people who do that just mess up their body. Those are just three advantages and disadvantages, but of course there's many that we could go on for days for. But yeah, when you hear about successful people, when they say school's a waste of time, I would never send my children to school, then personally I think school should always exist, even though it can be a waste of time, because, well, it depends on what you need to do. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, whatever you want to do, something like that, then of course you need school and uni or degree, whatever you need to get that. But I think that it shouldn't take that long to take in that much of a chunk of your life just to get that job. But that's unfortunately how the system is set up. And yeah, I'm not saying it should just happen like that, but yeah, the amount of time it takes, just everything takes time, but it's just unnecessary years being wasted. Personally, even though I haven't studied medicine and law or whatever, but yeah. And I would send my children to school, because you hear these people saying they wouldn't, but school, you learn how to socialize. If you understand something's a waste of time, then that's also a good thing, because you're aware of it. So that's not particularly a bad thing if you do feel it's a waste of time. But in life, you would have wasted time in your life. You would have, but it's important to understand what wasting time actually feels like. But yeah, I'm not saying people who are wealthy and brought up with money are undereducated or anything, but yeah. At the end of the day, money takes time to make, and it's not something which happens overnight.